Today I'm gonna be doing like a Bible teach, just kind of why we're down here, why we're hunting, and kind of what does the Bible say about hunting. Hey, this is Patton from Little Wick Outdoors. Today, we have a video from our Thanksgiving family hunting trip. We found the footage and we decided we can go ahead and make this video. And the whole video is over, what does the Bible say about hunting? The reason we did this is my dad came to me about a week or two before we went down there and challenged me to come up with a Bible teach. So I accepted the challenge and I really enjoyed doing that. Here's some footage from it. It was a great night, honestly. But like and subscribe, turn on notifications, share it with your friends. Subscribe. A lot of people aren't subscribed, so go ahead, go check that, make sure you're subscribed. But this is the video of what does the Bible say about hunting. Today I'm gonna be doing like a Bible teach, just kind of why we're down here, why we're hunting, and kind of what does the Bible say about hunting. A couple weeks back, my dad came to me and told me, hey, I want you to do a Bible teach down here. So I accepted the challenge and got to work. I was going through the Bible, then looking on the internet and making sure my sources were real. But anyway, I came up with this. In the Bible, there are many things about love, strength, sin, and hunger. There are plenty of topics overlooked. Today we're going to dig into one of the most overlooked topics, and that topic is hunting. Now, you see it pop up in the Bible, but it's usually very insignificant in the overall story. It pops up pretty much everywhere: Genesis, Proverbs, Amos, 1 Timothy, 1 Samuel, and Isaiah. Where do you think the most common book to find it is? Any guesses? Genesis. Yep. It shows up in Genesis all the time. But a lot of times people will ask, is hunting a sin? Well, other people will ask, are vegetarians or vegans sinning for not eating meat? So we're going to go back to Genesis for the very first time hunting is ever mentioned in the Bible. In Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, it says, "Then God said, let us make man in our image after our likeness, and then let them have domain over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the heavens, and over the livestock, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth." What does that mean? Well, it could mean many things to different people. It could mean being on top of the food chain. I mean, totally do that. It could mean having higher IQ than most things. Really, it can mean a lot of things. But how does it relate to hunting? Well, the question, how did people like the Mayans and the Aztecs survive? They had to eat, right? You could live off of plants, but is that how he intended us to? Let's jump a little bit forward later in Genesis. In Genesis chapter 10, verse 9, it says, "He was a mighty hunter before the Lord, therefore it was said, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter before the Lord." You would think that the Bible verse right there would put the question right? Well, throughout the chapter, talks more about the sons of places in Bible times. So it's basically talking about the different towns and like how they're named after people. So the question is it related to hunting? Now, of course it is, but it doesn't really give us enough proof if God wants us to hunt or not. Let's go a little further in Genesis chapter 27, verse 3. And this is Isaiah speaking to his son. Now then, get your equipment, your quiver and bow, and go out to the open country to hunt some wild game for me. Prepare me the kind of tasty food I like, and bring it to me to eat, so that may I give you my blessing before I die. So Isaiah said this to his older son to go hunt, and so that way Isaiah can bless his sons before he dies. First, who the heck is Isaiah? Well, Isaiah was the son of Abraham and Sarah, and it can go back for a little bit. But when he was probably maybe 6, 7, maybe younger, he was going to be sacrificed, but God saved him. They prevented the ritual from happening. This man must be really close to God, surely. I mean, of course, he is faithful, but we really need to prove what he's trying to tell us. Ooh, smoke's getting in my eyes. Let's go to the 3rd chapter of the Bible, to Leviticus. In chapter 17, verse 13, it says, any Israelite or any foreign residing among you who hunts any animal or bird may be eaten must drain out the blood and cover it with earth. So God basically just said that he's not against hunting. He basically just said that. He says, but if you are to hunt, you are to cover the blood from the animal with earth. That's what he was telling the Israelites and others. So let's recap real fast. In the Bible, there is most definitely hunting. That's for certain. We also covered that God doesn't oppose hunting. We're actually going to now go back to the first passage that we talk about. The passage saying, then God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and then let them have domain over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the heavens, and over the livestock, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on earth. So, think about that for a second. Let us make man in our image. Those words, in our image, are key. If we go to Isaiah, Isaiah is a creation of God. He created Isaiah the way he intended to. And Isaiah told the son to hunt. So, what does that mean? That means that if God did not want us to hunt, there would be evidence that he didn't want us to hunt. Now that we know we are not sinning by hunting, does that mean people that don't eat meat are sinning? Let's take a look. So as it turns out, the Bible does not speak against vegetarianism. But why would God put something on earth if he had no point? He wouldn't. That is why we know that he does not want us to stop hunting. Thank you.
Yes, that was awesome, buddy.